Hello, brothers, good men. I was just reminiscing about my two good sons when they was boys. I got a story for both of them. I just amazing. My oldest, I don't know, he's about 8 years old, I reckon. I let him go out and play. I let him go out and play in the front yard. I lived in a trailer park, not much traffic on this little side road. It's all private land. So there wasn't a lot of people going in and out, but I told them they couldn't go in the yard. In the road, they had to stay in the yard. Had a little patch of trees behind us. Had a carport, and there's a huge rock behind the carport at the wood line. Huge. Well, apparently, my oldest son found some paint, spray paint, and he got the bright idea. God love a child's wonder and innocence. I swear. He took it and put a big X on it. Now, at the time, he was smart enough to let it dry. Of course, it was summertime. It was hot. It's one of the few times that I got my sons back in the day. And after it dried and everything, he come in and I seen the paint on his fingers afterwards. But he's like, Daddy, 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 I found something. I found something cool. I was like, really? What have you found? He's like, come here, I'll show you. He's like, that rock's got an X on it. X marks the spot for treasure. There's treasure under that rock. That That's when I noticed his spray paint can laying there and spray paint on his fingers, and I just smiled and I said, "Yeah, they probably is. I ain't never noticed that X before." I said, "You pretty sharp. You pay attention to stuff that most people don't see." And he got this little devious grin on his face. He's like, "I'm going to dig it up and find out what's under there and find that treasure." I said, "Okay, son." I said, I went and got him a little shovel and shit. I was like, but that's a big rock. You might have to bust it or something. I don't know if you can roll it over. He said, I'll figure it out, Daddy. Well, both my sons dug and for a couple of years until, they they either remembered that they did the X or it was pointless one. But he was so excited, and the gleam in his eye and a smile on his face was something just to behold. That was one of the memories that kept me going in the months that I didn't see him. I go 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 months not see them. Then all of a sudden, I'd get them. I've spoke about this before, and despicable what that birthing parent did to my sons. But it come back. It always does. Now here's one of my youngest son. He's more of a daredevil. Still is. About this same time, I guess he's about 6, maybe a little younger. I got them big wheels. And when I'd get them, they'd ask me, do you still have my swing set? Do you have my big wheels? Do you have this? Well, of course, it's yours. Why wouldn't I have them? Well, comes out, everything they got, their birthing parent fucking sold or traded for so she could get dope. But again, I let them play in the front yard. And I get to hearing something going, boom, 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 boom. I look out the window and they's riding their big wheels out in the yard. And I was like, huh. Well, I went back. A little bit later, I hear boom, 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 boom. I look out, they're riding big wheels in their yard, and I'm like, what in the hell? Happened third time. I said, I'm going to find out what the hell's going on out here making that racket. I know it's them, I just don't know what. I see my youngest bring these big wheels up on my porch, riding it across the porch and riding down the steps. That's what's going boom, 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 boom. And I just like, hell, he's having fun. He ain't got hurt the first 3 times. Shit on it. And he did that for a long time till he outgrew the big wheel. These little memories of these tiny moments that I had them in my life is what kept me from going insane and doing something really stupid. So I guess the moral of the story is, any chance that you get with your kids, make sure it's a wonderful one for them and you. Concentrate on your time as a father and your sons and daughters, your children, and don't let the birthing parent fuck it up and drag you into a he said, she said bullshit account. Make sure your ever experience with what little time you get or a lot of time you get with your children matters, good men and brothers.